Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast. Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Peter Schroeder. Peter Schroeder is an accomplished DJ, entrepreneur, and technology pioneer. With over 20 platinum records, 40 gold records, and a triple nomination for the prestigious Danish DJ Awards, Peter is one of Denmark's top DJs, entertaining audiences of up to 180,000. He was also featured radio host by the age 12 and appeared on talk shows and TV stations across Denmark. In addition to his music career, Peter has over 20 years of experience creating cutting-edge technologies for companies such as Facebook, Samsung, and Airbnb. He's a true innovator who works closely with businesses to address mission-critical telecommunications, enabling them to quickly implement, manage, and expand for success. Well, good afternoon, Peter. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to get into this podcast. You're an accomplished DJ. You've done quite amazing things throughout your career, of course, but we're going to jump right into the questions, Peter. Mm-hmm. You've got quite the story and that career, as I talked about. What inspired your career path from radio host to successful DJ, and now you're a tech entrepreneur?
That's the funny thing. There's not really, it just seems to happen to me. Like I can't help it. If there's something that's fun to work with or that interests me, then I just gotta play around with it. And that's really just how my whole life has been. It's not really that I make a conscious decision that now I need to go do this and this. It just kind of happens. I think it's really that entrepreneurial spirit and probably my ADD that drives me to do that. But I never really made a conscious decision per se and to make the shifts either.
Really understand. Sometimes we get really just ingrained into the passion we have and things kind of take off from there. So I do appreciate it. I know you've done a lot of travel and so forth as being a pretty, like I said, internationally famous DJ starting out of Denmark. But let's jump into the next question, Peter. What was the biggest challenge you faced as a new entrepreneur and how did you overcome that?
So I feel like I'm still facing challenges every day after being doing this my whole life. I mean, I started my first company when I was 14 and it got acquired when I was 18. So there's always been things happening and being an entrepreneur is really just a perpetual roller coaster is what I call it. There's always ups and downs, but I feel like this past 10 years where I've been working on my current company, there's just been a lot of self-discovery, I would almost say. This is also the biggest by far company that I've ever built. And some of the things are, how do you actually scale a staff? How do you work from home all of a sudden when COVID happened, right? And how do you deal with managing people? Because I'm a terrible manager. I'm a good leader, but I'm a terrible manager, and I don't like managing people. So how do you do that when you don't like doing it, right? And have no interest in it. So that's been some of the challenges I've really had to dig deep and figure out how do I deal with that so that the company keeps growing.
Thank you. And I appreciate some of the insights. A lot of our podcasts have talked about some of the challenges with remote work because of COVID and the way businesses being operated nowadays with this hybrid model. So I do appreciate that. And Peter, what 3 traits do you think are critical for entrepreneurial success and how have they helped you?
Yeah. So if I was to look at myself and see what might have helped me through the years and at least most, one of the things is probably being a little bit naive and believe that you can do certain things when other people tell you that it's not going to work. I mean, I started that phone company by cashing in my wife's 401k, $16,000, not taking any investments, and think you can, compete against AT&T, Verizon, and these kind of companies. That's, ridiculous if you think about it that way. But I have this belief that what I was building could sell. And I don't think you need to sell and become, the number one overnight and beat these guys or even compete against them. You really just have to sell a few items to kind of get the things going and keep developing your product. So that naivety is definitely something that helps me, keep going when other people tell you that it's not gonna work. And then I think stubbornness, some people will call it persistence or other words, but I would almost say that probably my wife would also say that I'm very stubborn. So when someone tells me that I can't do something, then I'm going to definitely show them that it can be done. And I mean, the worst thing you can do if you want to see me fail is telling me I can't do something. So stubbornness is a big motivation factor for me that helps me kind of full force forward and use negativity as a fuel and a positive thing. And a third thing I think is really kind of the same persistence or stubbornness is the ability to, not be below any role really. Like just get the job done no matter what. I don't think you're too good to do certain things. Just get it done and get your company going. And just, everything doesn't have to be perfect when you first launch stuff. Just going and get something out there, because without that, then you don't have any business at all.
Thank you for sharing and really unpacking those three traits. I can tell you a lot of entrepreneurs on the podcast, there's something about entrepreneurship, but I think we all have a little bit of that stubbornness. And I think that's what makes us successful is we're able to persist on when either others tell us we can't do it, or again, as you said, negativity sometimes spurs some motivation. So thank you. And Peter, let's talk about tech. We are a tech platform podcast. I'm a technologist. Are you leveraging any new or emerging tech in your tech stack today? And if so, does this help tells you apart from your competitors?
I mean, I probably don't even have to mention AI, right? It's almost obvious, especially in our industry where, we provide a phone service or business phone service, right? So it's a given that we have to not only use it in our own internal systems, but also roll it out as a part of our product. So yeah, of course we're doing that. But one of the more interesting things I think that we're working on right now is leveraging the ability to tell who is communicating with you, no matter how they communicate with you. So let's say you have a business and you have a customer that calls you and then they text you the next day and maybe they'll send you an email or a direct message on Instagram or something like that. So what we're building right now is a tool that allows you to know that it's the same person that contacts you, but also be able to communicate with them from the same platform without really having to worry about how they communicate with you. You just have to do your job and providing a good service to the customer. It doesn't matter if it's a tweet or whatever it is. So those are some of the things, and it's based on some blockchain-ish technologies that we kind of been working on for a while, and that I find really fascinating.
Thank you, and I appreciate you sharing what you're doing in your business as far as your tech stack. We have a lot of technologists in our audience that are really keen on these things and love to follow some of the latest and greatest. So I do appreciate you leveraging, again, like you said, blockchain-ish, but that and AI has certainly been a big topic of 2023 and it will be in this year as well. So thank you. And Peter, it was such a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you so much for having me. That was fun.
Bye for now.